Good morning, children. Standard 10th Economics, Chapter 1 Gross Domestic Product and its Growth, and Introduction. Session 2. In Session 1, we have learnt Introduction of GDP, Definition of GDP, National Income, various terms associated with measuring of national income, gross national product, gross domestic product, net national product, net domestic product, per capita income, personal income, disposable income, gross domestic product, methods of gross domestic product calculating, expenditure approach, income approach, value added approach. Now, importance of GDP. Importance of GDP. Study of economic growth, learning the national income of a country. Unequal distribution of wealth, income differs from one person to another. Problems of inflation and deflation, rise and fall in price of goods. Comparison with developed countries of the world, India and US, with the standard of living. Estimate the purchasing power. Higher studies capable of buying any product. Public sector, government industries or concern. Guide to economic planning to improve the development of our country. I repeat, importance of GDP. Study of economic growth, learning the national income of a country, unequal distribution of wealth, income differs from one person to another, problems of inflation and deflation, rise and fall in the price of goods. Comparison with developed countries of the world, India and US, with the living standard of life. Estimate the purchasing power. Higher studies capable of buying any product. Public sector, government industries or concern. Guide to economic planning to improve the development of a country. Limitations of GDP. The GDP is used to measure the economy of the state. We should know some of its limitations. Several important goods and services are left out of the GDP. GDP measures only quantity but not quality. GDP does not tell us about the way income is distributed in the country. The GDP does not tell us about the kind of people are living. Several important goods and services are left out of the GDP. The GDP includes only the goods and services sold in the market. The services provided by parents to their children is very important, but it is not included in the GDP. For example, clean air for a healthy life, no market value, not included in the GDP. GDP measures only quantity but not quality. In the 1970s, schools and banks did not permit the use of ballpoint pens. This is because the ones available in India were of very poor quality. Since then, not only has there been a substantial increase in the quantity of ballpoint pens produced in India, but the quality has also improved a lot. The improvement in quality of goods is very important, but it is not captured by the GDP. GDP does not tell us about the way income is distributed in the country. The GDP of a country may be growing rapidly, but income may be distributed so unequally that only a small percentage of people may be benefiting from it. The GDP does not tell us about the kind of life people are living. A high level of per capita real GDP can go hand in hand with a very low health condition of people, an undemocratic political system, high pollution, and suicide rate. GDP does not measure well being, happiness, genetics, family, friends, work satisfaction, communities, living conditions, environment, health, inequality, education, economic well being, leisure, wealth, non market activity, unemployment, insecurity. So, let's review the limitations of GDP. Several important goods and services are left out of the GDP. GDP measures only quantity but not quality. GDP does not tell us about the way income is distributed in the country. The GDP does not tell us about the kind of living people are living. Composition of gross domestic product. Indian economy is divided into three sectors which contribute to the GDP, namely agriculture and allied activity, industry and services. Primary sector activities related to agriculture. Secondary sector activities related to manufacturing. Tertiary sector activities generating services for developing two sectors, primary sector and secondary sector. Primary sector, agriculture sector. Agriculture sector is known as primary sector, where agricultural activities are undertaken. The allied activities are production of raw material such as cattle farm, fishing, mining, forestry, corn, coal, etc. Secondary sector, industrial sector. Industrial sector is known as secondary sector, where raw materials are transformed into finished goods. Important industries are iron and steel, cotton textile, paper, petrochemicals, automobile, and other small scale industries. Tertiary sector, service sector. Tertiary sector is known as service sector. It includes government, scientific research, transport, trade, postal and telegraph, banking, communication, education, entertainment, healthcare, and information technology, etc. Contribution of different sectors in GDP of India. Service sector is the highest sector of India. Service sector accounts for 43 lakh crore, 50.43 lakh crore. Industrial sector contributes 29.73%. Agriculture sector shares 15.87%. India is the second largest producer of agriculture products. It accounts 7.39% total global agricultural output. India ranks the sixth position in the industrial sector in the world. Economic growth and development. Meaning, Economic growth is a positive, quantitative change in the output of an economy. Economic development increases the production level and improves the standard of living. Concept: economic growth is a narrower concept. Economic development is a broader concept. Nature of approach: economic growth is quantitative in nature. Economic development is qualitative in nature. Scope: economic growth has rise in parameters like GDP, GNP, FDI, FII, etc. Economic development has a rise in life expectancy rate, infant, improvement in literacy rate, infant mortality rate, and poverty rate, etc. Tenor or term: economic growth happens in short term. Economic development happens in long term. Applicability: economic growth results in developed nation. Economic development means developing nation. Measurement techniques: economic growth is increase in national income. Economic development is increase in per capita income, real national income. Frequency of occurrence: economic growth occurs during a certain period. Economic development occurs during a continuous process. Government aid: economic growth is an automatic process, no support by the government. Economic development depends on the government. Wealth distribution: economic growth does not emphasize on fair and equal distribution of income. Economic development is a balanced and equitable distribution of wealth among all individuals. Developmental path based on GDP and employment. India undertook the policy of closed trade. It was to give a trust to domestic industries and reduce dependence on foreign products, and companies' trade and interaction with the outside world remained limited. In 1991, India decided to do free trade and liberalized its economy. It allows foreign companies to enter the Indian economy. A thrust was given to employment generation under the 5-year plans. Rural development was given more importance. Poverty alleviation came as a corollary of rural development and a part of the development path of India. The public sector was given importance. The private companies and industries were subject to strict regulations. It was believed that the government was the sole protector of the people and would work towards the social welfare. For last 2 decades, India has sustained a rapid growth of GDP, leading to rising per capita income, a reduction in poverty. India is under the middle income country category. Life expectancy at birth is approximately 65 years. India followed a different path of development. India has moved from agriculture to service sector. There are some emerging manufacturing giants in the Indian economy. Factors supporting Indian development: a fast growing population of working age. The share of working age population from 58% to 64% over the last 2 decades. India has a strong legal system and many English language speakers, attracting inward investment from companies which specialize in information technology. Wage costs are low in India. India's economy has successfully developed highly advanced and attractive clusters of businesses in the technology space. For example, Bangalore, a global software business. Growth of GDP and economic policies. Many economic policies have been framed by the government of India since independence for increasing rate of economic growth and economic development. The policies are agriculture policy, industrial policy, new economic policy. Agriculture policy. It is the set of government decisions and actions relating to domestic agriculture and imports of foreign agricultural products. The goal of achieving a specific outcome in the domestic agriculture product markets. It includes risk management and adjustment, economic stability, natural resources, and environmental sustainability, research and development, and market access for domestic commodities. Some agricultural policies are price policy, land reform policy, green revolution, irrigation policy, food policy, agricultural labor policy, and cooperative policy. Industrial policy. It creates employment, promotes research and development, leads to modernization, and makes the economy self-sufficient. This development boosts other sectors of economy like agriculture sector, new farming technology, and the service sector. Since 1948, several industrial policy were laid on large-scale industries. For example, textile industry policy, sugar industry policy, price policy of industrial growth, small-scale industrial policy, and industrial labor policy. New economic policy. The economy of India had undergone significant policy shifts in the beginning of 1990s. This new model of economic reforms is commonly known as the LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization model. Its objective was to make the economy of India the fastest developing economy in the world. It helps to match up with the biggest economies of the world. It has influenced the overall economic growth of the country. Some other policies in India: trade policy, import and export, employment policy, currency and banking policy, wage policy, population policy, GDP, growth of India. India's economic growth since 1990s. It is steady, it is stable, it is diversified, it is resilient and reflects strong macroeconomics fundamentals. Despite fluctuations in recent quarters due to disruptions by two major structural reforms: demonetization, the goods and services tax (GST). India's average economic growth between 1970 and 1980 has been 4.4%, which rise by 1% point to 5.4% between 1990 and 2000. According to IMF World Economic Outlook, October 2018, India's GDP growth rate is projected as 7.3%. India is the fifth fastest growing nation of the world, just behind Bangladesh. Recap: GDP, it is the value of all goods and services produced within an economy in a year. Indian economy is divided into three sectors: agriculture and allied, industry and service sector. These economic reforms had influenced the overall economic growth of the country. End of session 2. So, in session 1, we learnt definition of GDP, national income, various terms associated with measuring of national income, gross national product, gross domestic product, net national product, net domestic product, per capita income, personal income, disposable income. Gross domestic product, methods of GDP calculating, expenditure approach, the income approach, value added approach. Importance of GDP, limitations of GDP, composition of GDP, contribution of different sectors in GDP of India, economic growth and development, developmental path based on GDP and employment, growth of GDP and economic policies. Chapter 2, Standard 10th, Economics, Gross Domestic Products and its growth and introduction. Thank you.